Hello, class. Probability has been widely used in our daily life. For example, some people like to say that we are 120% supporting you. Although it is great that they are going to fully support you, the concept of 100% probability by itself is statistically incorrect. Because theoretically, the highest probability that they can support you is no more than 100%. In this video, we are going to introduce some basic but formal probability concepts. The universe is too big for human beings to fully observe and understand, and thus full of uncertainties. Most of the time, our decision-making is based on uncertainties because we cannot fully control what will happen in the future right after our decisions, even though some decisions look easy. In a retailing setting, sales managers care about the sensitivity of sales to price change, and the chance of sales decrease when increasing the retailer prices. In a factory setting, managers would like to know whether a new assembly approach will increase the productivity. In a financial setting, we always want to know the odds of profitability of stocks and other investments. In practice, knowing the probability information can typically help us making rational and better decisions. So, what is the formal definition of probability? Statistically, probability is a numerical measure of the likelihood that an event will occur. If an event is very likely to occur, then the probability is close to 1. On the other hand, if the event is very unlikely to occur, the probability is close to 0. An event that has no chance of occurring, that is, probability equal to 0, is called impossible event. An event that is sure to occur, that is, probability equal to 1, is called certain event. For any event, the probability increases from 0 to 1 as the likelihood increases from none to certainty. Just a reminder that in reality, we do not have negative probability or a probability higher than 1. There are 3 major different approaches to assess probability of an event. There are 3 major different approaches to assess probability of an event. The first approach is called a priori, which is based on prior knowledge of the process. In specific, the probability of a specific event is given by the number of ways in which the event occurs divided by the total number of possible outcomes. We typically use a priorized approach when there's a finite number of outcomes and each event is equally likely to occur. A priori probability is calculated purely based on logic and prior knowledge rather than any historical data. The second approach is called empirical probability, which is based on observed data. Empirical probability is also known as experimental probability, which is given by the numbers of the specific event over the total number of times experiments performed. It illustrates the likelihood of an event occurring based on historical data. Empirical probability is the primary way of probability measurement in nowadays business analytics. Subjective probability is based on an individual's past experience, personal opinions, and analysis of a particular situation, which is subjective. We will provide examples for these three different approaches on the next slides. To give you an example of a prioritized probability, we can use a standard deck of 52 cards. Suppose we want to find the probability of selecting a face card, Jack, Queen, or King, out of the 52 cards. In this example, the event is that a face card is selected, denoted by FC. The event that any card is selected is denoted by S. Based on our prior knowledge, we know that there are 3 face cards, Jack, Queen, and King. So there are 12 face cards in total in 4 different colors. As we know, the total number of cards is 52. So the probability of selecting a face card is given by 12 over 52, which is equal to 3 over 13. Another a prioritized probability example is the chance of landing a head when throwing a die. The a priori probability is equal to 1 head over 2 potential outcomes, either head or tail, which is equal to 50%. Therefore, the a priori probability of landing a head is 50%. So is the probability of landing a tail. Empirical probability is based on historical data, such as those from experiments. In this example, we try to find the probability of selecting a male student taking statistics class from the entire student population of this given sampling space. From this contingency table, we learn that there are 84 male students taking a statistics class. Because we have female students and other male students who do not take statistics class, we have the empirical probability given by 84 divided by 439, which is equal to 0.191. Given that business analytics typically deal with historical data, empirical probability is a popular probability measurement. In this situation, subjective probability can help fill the void. In subjective probability, expert opinions and insider information are often used to assess the probability. Because these opinions are subjective, the probability assessment is often varying a lot. For example, a media development team assigns a 60% probability of success to its new ad campaign. But the chief media officer of the company is less optimistic and assigns a 40% of success to the same campaign. Due to the subjectivity, we use subjective probability only if an empirical or a priori probability cannot be computed. In summary, in this video, we introduced the concept of probability and 3 different approaches to assess probability, namely a priori probability, empirical probability, and subjective probability. Thank you.